So today we are delighted to have an honored guest with us, a global expert in coaching, Dr. Patty Pamplus. Patty, welcome and thank you for joining us today. Um, I
That's okay.
thought that, yeah, good. I thought that as we get into 2021, and it's a crazy world out there at the moment, many people are thinking about it's a good time to start a coaching relationship with a coach. So we thought we'd get Patty in to help us a little bit and give us some guidance around how we would go about this process. So I was wondering if you could just start with the first question, Patty, would be if you could tell us a little bit around how someone would know if it's the right time for them to look for a coach, because that can even be a confusing question in itself.
Well, I usually experience people having conversations. Something's up in them. They're either awake to something emerging in them or they're feeling stuck. And my goodness, these times are really quite complex and quite unprecedented in what we're managing. So I think, if you're imagining your thinking, you're wanting to do something, you're wanting to change something, whether it's a job or whether it's something about yourself, whether you have an idea that you want to implement and you want a thinking partner, whether you're in transition, whether you're managing change,
Mm.
and certainly if you're stuck. And the circular thinking is going around and round and round. You've spoken to friends, you've spoken to other people, and you're just not getting some traction on a movement forward. Go to a coach,
Okay.
find someone. And also, just simply if you're wanting to do some of your own internal work, if you're feeling like actually things in the past, I'm in a really transformational change process, then that's another reason. I'm looking for something different. There's
Mm.
something in me that's kicking in, impetus.
Mm.
You'll feel
Absolutely.
it. You'll
Yeah.
feel it inside
Yeah.
of you. The
So
questions start going around.
lovely. So you've got that mindset. You kind of know there's something that's happening, and I might need a thinking partner. So you've gotten to that point, and you've made that decision. Okay, I think it's a good idea for me to get a coach. What might be some of the questions that I ask myself around the type of coach that I'm looking for? Because I imagine that partnership is also really important. And what might I want to think through as I start looking for a coach?
Yeah, incredibly so. I think first, when you're looking for a coach, word of mouth is useful, really useful, but don't just accept word of mouth.
Mm.
Ask the person who's experienced a coach before, what actually did they experience? What was it that worked? What was it that they achieved through it? Did they get some movement from it? What was the outcome? And I'm really, we're still in a place where anybody can call themselves a coach.
Mm.
And there is a specific training. People are trained for coaching. In 2 weeks, they train for coaching. In 3 months, they train for coaching, as you know, over in almost 15 months.
Mm.
And it depends what you're wanting. Are you wanting somebody to help you just develop a skill? Or are you really wanting to look at something in your life or something in your workplace that is needing to move or shift, or something in your relationships that need to move and shift? So
Mm.
look for the experience that a coach has.
Okay.
Look for the legitimacy. Have they been trained in a legitimate and official accredited setup? Are they linked to professional bodies? And have some good questions in your mind as well about what you know about yourself. Are you somebody who likes to procrastinate? Are you somebody who avoids things? Are you
Mm.
somebody who wants to push or challenge? That'll also, give you some clue of, I need a coach who can take me to an edge.
Mm. Mm.
I don't need someone who's, of course, we know how to support people. But if you're not at the edge of learning, you're not learning, you're not shifting. So you don't want, a cup of tea
Yeah.
and a nice comfort zone, although that is delightful. But this is work. This is actual serious work about something important is up. Get somebody who fits. And you talked about the relationship. You have to trust your gut feel.
Mm.
You have to trust that actually in the first session, when I've spoken to somebody or interviewed someone and explored how they work, what they can do, I need to feel like, already I've experienced some very good questions that are
Yeah.
starting to make me think.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a little bit of know yourself and what it is that you need. And then there's also, make sure that you interrogate or question that coach a little bit. And I guess I know a lot of coaches will do a contracting session or a chemistry session up front. And if you're going through that process as a potential client or coachee, what might be one or two questions that you would say you must ask a coach during that chemistry or contracting session? What would be helpful that you would tell everyone? Always double check these things.
How do you work? How do you work with people? What are your modalities? Do you offer tools? Is it just about thinking? How active are you? Do you support me in between sessions? Where are you? What links can I have? You got, are you available to help me make connections with other people who are similar, in the similar situation if I need to?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the experience, and also you can ask them, what makes success for you? Tell me some of the success stories. How did you achieve it?
And that will help weed out as you said, people who can just call themselves coaches, maybe don't have the training, don't yet have the experience that's needed, because these shifts that you're looking to create for yourself are really important to you. You want to make sure that you've done the work and the research up front. Perfect. Well, thank you, Patty. I think that gives people a good starting point and a very brief overview of if they're looking for a coach. I would imagine that it is an open invite, that if anyone's watching this and they have some more questions or would like to think with you, or maybe even looking for a coach, that they can certainly reach out to you, and I'm sure you will gladly answer any questions that they have.
If I can say one more thing.
Please do, yes.
Just about, we view coaching as an equal partnership. It's a partnership of thinking. So you go in with a right to work with your coach, not just to give over to your coach to work with you. So take up that authority around asking for what you need and being as clear as possible with what that might be like.
Yeah, it's definitely that two-way partnership. And also taking accountability on your side for the relationship. Absolutely key. Well, thank you so much, Patty. And I'm sure that people will be reaching out to you. And I hope that people who are looking for coaches out there do just give it a little bit of thought and take the time to find the right match for you. That's the really, really key thing here, is that right person who's going to help you become unstuck, as you said, or move you forward. Yeah, absolutely.
And you're a good example of what we have as our alumni.
Thank
so thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Bye.
Stay well.